Well, hello there everyone. This is it. This is the end of Andor, episode number 12, season 2. It's all come down to this, as we bid farewell to one of the greatest TV shows that I've ever seen. Again, I know people tend to overhype things, and I'm not by any means saying that this is like as good as Breaking Bad or something like that, but it's up there. You know, it's up there as one of the best bits of television I've ever seen. Definitely the best bit of Star Wars television I've ever seen. And again, I'm going to do a comprehensive review probably within the next week, where I do kind of want to address the idea that, you know, you can't praise Andor because it brings down other shows, or, you know, Andor fans are arrogant. You know, I do kind of want to address that in a way. But this has been a fantastic show. Honest to goodness, I've loved every episode. I've loved every arc. Season 2 hasn't disappointed, you know, so far. And I don't think this last episode will either, where we're going to have, you know, this kind of confrontation on Coruscant. I think Clea is going to sacrifice herself to let Melshi and Cassian get away. And we're going to see, you know, maybe the final moments where it ties into Rogue One, where they get back to the Rebel base. And, you know, they then have to go and rescue Jyn Erso, get the intel from the Rings of Kafrene, because that's obviously where we see Cassian first in Rogue One. Who knows? But yeah, this is it. This is the end of the line. You know, again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the reactions so far. There is going to be regular videos after this. I think there's going to be a while before, you know, any other show comes out. Ahsoka Season 2 is probably going to be the next one. But we're going to be doing regular rewatch parties with Clone Wars. I'm going to make a video about that soon. But let's watch the last episode of Andor, shall we? Let's just put this to bed and see where we go.
What a bitter ending.
Nothing's ending.
What a bitter ending. I like the double meaning there. Bitter ending to the show. Bitter ending to Cassian.
Nothing.
It's not us, so it's a link transmit from the ship, so it's a bit confusing.
Must be someone there.
Anyone else with a tactical line failure?
The blood has seeped into the comm system. Because of course they think it's just one person, but it's not. It's 3 people and a droid bringing up the rear.
Where are you? Okay.
He's just going to work his way through.
Stop right there. Sergeant! Stop there!
Oh.
Stunner.
Oh, was that a stun grenade? That's why you want to close the door.
Go! Go!
Hey, you know what? Competent ISB team. Mostly. That's not being set on stun. They're shooting to kill.
Stop right there! Don't come any closer! I'm not telling you again!
Where's this? Has he got the supervisor? Oh my. Oh wow. Yeah, you're just killing him, dude. I love it. The fear of the KX droid turned on the Imperial. Wow.
I assume any doubts about my value have been erased.
You can speed up now.
Tell me why, whenever I'm being scolded for troubling you,
There's
I'm
Saw.
reminded the rebellion is bigger than all of us. And yet,
And he's looking a bit worse for wear.
all I hear is how small and how fragile it's all become.
This is more than inconvenience.
Hey, it's the private.
Transmitting. Sir.
And Admiral Radis.
Scramble 3. Put 2 on the deck in case we need them.
They'll figure it out. We're getting close, aren't we?
I suspect we'll be shot down as an enemy probe.
Shut up, Kate.
But disobeying orders is so refreshing.
We have engaged targeting. Failure to comply with our specific commands will trigger immediate destruction.
I planned to tell him I was kidnapped.
He's waving. Again, thankfully they know that K2 is theirs. Seeing an Imperial droid in there wouldn't be good otherwise.
Is this everyone?
We don't have a quorum.
Oh, they brought everyone back.
Soon enough.
We're not here to vote.
Captain,
They brought the council back from Rogue One.
you've been chasing something you feel is...
Luthen was told that there's a connection between the Gorman destruction, the Kyber mining on Jedha, and an Imperial engineer named Galen Erso.
All of this conveniently wrapped in a big energy program basket.
I'm just reporting what he was told.
It
I remember
sounds like a
she was
paranoid fantasy.
quite hesitant to do anything about it
And
in
how
Rogue
has
One.
that been verified?
Any of you? Does anyone in this room, besides Senator Mothma, have any idea how much you owe him?
I like how they still call her Senator, even though she's not been in the Senate for a
When
year.
I say I know Luthen, I mean I know the good and the bad. I don't know if what he was told is true or not. But it's insulting to hear him run down by people who have given a fraction of his sacrifice to this rebellion.
Enough!
Yeah, I like it. I love the passion. He did everything.
It makes everything unbelievable.
So we do nothing?
Dodonna and Merrick will be back tomorrow night.
This is active intelligence.
More like puffed up speculation.
We will follow up tomorrow night with a full session. As of now, Captain Andor, you are forbidden from accessing your ship.
This is why they are so ineffective at this point. They cannot make a decision.
Your contact with Saw Gerrera.
Tivik.
He sent 3 urgent messages from Kafrene in the past 10 hours.
That's it.
So on Jedha. And you think this can wait?
You're in no position to make suggestions, Captain. Make it quick.
So that's how he gets drawn into the Rings of Kafrene.
What's happened?
Oh shit, yeah. She wouldn't have known. God, that's the...
Brought Claire back, but when did this happen? Just now.
Can't toast them all, can we?
You'd be drunk.
Gorn. Nemik.
Cinta.
Karanin.
Cinta. Claire wouldn't lie about it.
That little look. As if there's something in their past. Vel and Claire.
There will be times when the struggle seems impossible.
Oh.
I know this already.
The Nemik
Alone, unsure,
Manifesto.
dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere. And even the smallest
Is that going to be Yularen?
pushes our lines forward.
I'm assuming you've heard it before.
Was it in the safe house?
Bits and pieces.
Just keeps spreading, doesn't it?
Oh, was that...
It's been hard to contain.
They put it out there. I love that.
What do you think it is?
Is he just gonna kill himself? Because he knows that's what they're gonna do. Well, that's a recognizable blaster. Oh, he knew it.
should reconnect with Bix.
He's going to say after.
Safe, isn't she?
That's what I hear.
Don't say she's on Alderaan.
She won't be safe with me.
I was going to say that would be a
It's too late for that.
a knife in the chest.
She might disagree. Don't wait too long.
Don't wait too long. Oh, thank you, Tony, for sticking that knife in the chest.
Know your way out before you go in.
Always have an escape plan.
Even really know where I am.
That was one of the first things he said to Cassian in that factory on Ferrix.
I have friends everywhere.
And another callback to the first season. The long missing sister, who he still dreams about and will never find.
Humans is always confusing.
Some final looks at the characters. Maybe some of them did get a happy ending. Oh, Perrin. Oh no! He's... Is he sleeping with her now? No way! No way! I don't know if that's just the standard Imperial uniform, or if she's on Narkina. It looked very similar in terms of the cell. Holy shit, she is. It's as if everyone's just waiting for the events of what's to come. B! Everyone's been calling out to find out if he's okay. Is that where Bix has gone back to? Oh, don't tell me she's got a baby. Oh no. People are saying it's Poe Dameron as well. Which I don't believe that, but there is a little Cassian out there. And that, as they say, is that. No post-credit scene like Season 1, which, you know, there was nothing else to really tie up. Again, it was not an explosive, action-packed finale. It didn't need to be. It just needed to be a conclusion to all of the characters and leaving them where they need to be. Again, I could imagine some people would be like, well, that's a bit anticlimactic, but I actually really liked seeing where everyone ended up. You know, seeing everyone who managed to, you know, contribute to the rebel effort. Seeing people get the happy ending that I think they deserve, like Bix. The idea that Cassian doesn't even know that he's got a kid just makes his ending even more tragic. You know, this idea that Bix and he are probably hopeful of reconnecting. I was fearful for a second that when Vel was telling him to reconnect with Bix, and I wonder if she knew that she was going to say, oh, she's on Alderaan, you know, kind of like, oh dear, why does that have to be the way? But again, seeing how everyone ends up here is, again, for a lot of them it's expected. I'm glad that Clea survived, though clearly not undamaged. She's been through a lot. She's had a lot of trauma, lost a lot of people, and you can only hope that she goes on to again, survive the Civil War, or at least contribute in a meaningful way that gives her that hope back, that lets her see her efforts have been worth it, and to see the contribution that she and Luthen made helped bring down the Empire. Because, again, I feel like this is what this episode felt like. It was like trying to take you back to show you how every little thing that came together from the get-go, especially with Luthen, everything he did just contributed so much to the rebellion. And yet you've got all these people, and I love that scene with Cassian and the council members where, you know, he was so insulted by them casting doubt on Luthen because, they, as he said, they only did a fraction of what he's done for the cause. And you can kind of understand why, you know, Saw couldn't cooperate with that kind of an environment, because there is probably a lot of discord, there's a lot of dissenting opinions, and as far as someone like Saw Gerrera is probably concerned, they haven't done near as much for the cause as they have. They haven't sacrificed in the same way. Like Mon Mothma clearly has, but the others haven't. And I've got to say, credit to them for getting in, you know, a lot of the faces from Rogue One. You know, the council members, Admiral Raddus, even the private, you know, I always called him the oldest private I've ever seen, because he must be in his, like, 60s, and yet he's a private. You know, credit to them for getting those characters back in to give that continuity a good feel. But yeah, I mean, this finale was what it needed to be. It was just tie up all the stories. Jedha ending up in the Imperial prison. I'm going to assume it's a facility similar to Narkina 5. It might not necessarily be Narkina 5 because, you know, again, they've probably got those styles of prisons all over the place. But just knowing that she ended up a prisoner of the system she helped to establish is kind of ironic. Partagast obviously knowing that his time was up either way. I'm assuming that he was probably being called down to be seen by maybe the Emperor, maybe Yularen, maybe he was going to be arrested, who knows, and he didn't fancy that, so he took the honourable, in his mind, the honourable way out. And it reminded me again a lot of how the generals in Nazi Germany ended themselves when they realised that all was lost, you know. But, you know, again, just kind of like, just showing you how much every little thing meant. And when they were playing that Nemik's manifesto, and I was like, is that just like for the audience? And then I realised that Partagast was listening to it, and it's spread. And I love that. I love the idea that the galaxy now knows Nemik's manifesto. Like, he deserved that. It was a beautiful thing. But again, yeah, not a fancy action-packed finale. It didn't have, you know, obviously the first 10 minutes you had a lot of action. With, you know, the Imperial strike team, who, again, for someone that they were trying to capture, were using live shots. But after that, it was all about setting up Rogue One, getting that all in place, and I thought they did a really good job. So you could now watch this and let it flow right into Rogue One, let Rogue One flow right into Episode 4, and it all feels connected and organic and fluid. And I like that. You know, they did a good job here. Very good job at wrapping it up. I'm just sad that there's no more. I'm just sad that that's it. It's all over. But all good things come to an end. And as I say, we'll always be able to go back and rewatch this and let it tie into Rogue One, and then let that tie into Episode 4. That'll be some viewing party right there. But as I say, thank you very much for watching. I'll bring out a more comprehensive review of the second season probably within the next week or so. I am still planning on doing some rewatch parties, and there's obviously going to be other videos, so by all means, feel free to stick around. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you for whatever comes next.